And making his way in the studio right now is a kid by the name of Kelan McKenna. I'm sorry I keep calling you a kid. Is that all right? But
that's no problem.
Get up tight on that microphone if you could.
No problem.
But I remember you when my son was wrestling in New Hartford. You were very young and you were much smaller.
Yeah.
You're a stinking animal, man. You're like a head case in a good way.
Yeah.
I mean, you're a monster.
A little bit.
That's cool. So listen. So 4 times a Boilermaker 5K. How about that?
Yeah. I don't know. I just want to get it every year in my high school career. So freshman to senior.
Pretty awesome. And I was going through the stats. Andrew, is that paperwork somewhere around here? I had some stats on you I wanted to throw out. Let's see. You wrestled this year. You wrestled 113.
Yep.
Let's see. 4-time Section 3 champion, first in New Hartford High School, by the way.
Yep, first time.
That's pretty cool. You competed in the States for 4 years straight and finished second in 2016. You had a great wrestling career. Had a great track career as well. Right? You ran track too?
Yep.
And a great Boilermaker career.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So are you going to Notre Dame? Is that what?
Notre Dame College of Ohio.
Okay, got it.
So
you're going to go wrestle there.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, so they're a pretty high-level Division II school.
Okay, so what's the mask thing? I mean, explain to us. You put the mask on when you're training?
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I only put the mask on after I'm done with the Boilermaker because it's just slightly different training. But usually, like, if I'm losing weight in the summer for wrestling or I'm just, want a little hard workout, it makes you sweat. So it's supposed to, like, simulate higher altitude.
Okay, right.
As if you're running and can really do that because you're breathing in, same altitude air as you are now, but it makes it harder.
It restricts your air, though.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine doing that, restricting your air when you're running.
Yeah.
I'm gasping for it when I'm running. I don't know about anybody else.
Some people ask me, they're like, "Oh, what's that?" Like some people think it makes it easier to breathe, and then I tell them it makes it harder to breathe, and they just look at me like, "Why?"
Yeah. Well, because so I'm assuming that it prepares you for when it really is tougher to breathe.
Oh yeah. Because you like I said, everything's geared towards wrestling.
Yeah.
So I just look at that. When we gasping for air a little more, it kind of I gasp for air as much.
Yeah.
Because it's almost like, and it makes it harder to run basically.
Got it, Andrew. Oh, you're
no. I was going to just say, but with me running, the restriction of air is from just me, my lungs. It's just terrible running. That's what I was going to say.
Well, I don't know about anybody else, but I don't
need a mask for my air to be restricted.
I use the Breathe Right strips, which actually allows me to breathe in more. This is the anti-Breathe Right strip when you think about it. All right, so tell us what it was like running this year. I mean, this was your 4th straight. You wanted to do it every year when you were in high school. What an accomplishment.
Yeah. Like I said, every year, it just the training's always like a little bit different. You get a little smarter each year, because if I look back at myself when I was a freshman, I was probably like, that dude's an idiot.
Yeah.
The way I was running to where I am now, and it's just kind of tough to gauge, because I can't really remember how I was trained last year, how I felt last year. So every year it's just like, okay, just gonna go try to win it again. If I don't, I put it on the line. But it was just same as every year, just hoping that I trained well, which I thought I did, but I couldn't remember from the year previous.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember.
And your version of training, I think, compared to everybody else, is pretty intense.
Yeah.
Even Tim Reed is in here, the executive director of the Boilermaker, saying this kid is an animal.
Yeah. Well, I would like to run. I ran it again. I was kind of hoping because the Boilermaker they give out a scholarship every year. And they actually had to get out 4, so 2 guys, two girls, and I didn't get it.
Okay.
And I was just wondering, kind of curious why I didn't.
Oh.
Because I won the 5K 3 times prior to that, and I just thought for sure I'd be in the running. You know what I'm saying? Because I run track long distance as well, so. So
you're asking the Boilermaker now.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like why didn't I get the scholarship?
Exactly.
This kid. I love this kid. Wow. Hey, okay. So I guess you're saying why didn't I get it? That's the question. You think you earned it?
Yeah. Well, I I don't know really what the prerequisite is to get it. I don't know what it is, but I felt as if win it 3 times, then putting the icing on the cake the 4th time, should have put me in the and I mean, I'm not meaning to sound overly cocky or anything, but where was the people that won it this year?
Right.
Where were they? But it's nothing that I'm bashing anybody, because I'm not bashing anybody.
I understand.
I was just kind of disappointed this year when I found out.
You're voicing what we all think, and so a lot of times things happen, and we think, and it's like, well, why wasn't I honored for that award? I don't freaking get it. But I never voiced that. But you're voicing it. That takes some noise. I kind of like that.
Well, because I guess I kind of, too, had forgotten that they didn't
Andrew, you never had a chance of winning the scholarship.
No,
Stop.
I know.
Stop.
Or anything in life. No, but I was talking to Kelan yesterday, and I guess I had forgotten that they don't give a monetary prize for the 5K. So, foot and mouth, I was like, you must be really excited to be able to save up all the winnings from the 4 years. And then he said, they don't give away a prize for winning the 5K. I said,
okay, I have here. I do have to say that the 5K is a different experience. The main race is the 15K.
Yep.
But I do have to say, this is what I'm getting from the Boilermaker committee. They are nominated by their coach, and the Boilermaker has nothing to do with. This is setting the record straight. The Boilermaker has nothing to do with selecting the winner. Yeah. So we have to find out who this committee is and what the hell are they doing.
Yeah, I mean, my coach, Tom Wells, he runs Section 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
what's going on here?
Yeah.
All right.
That's
well, let's focus on, I want you to talk just for a second for people that don't understand the sport of wrestling. Now, I wrestled from when I was in 3rd grade all the way up, and I coached a little bit and did Pee-wee programs, and I was never great. But I was adequate. I was never you. But what's interesting about the sport is you can take somebody in this sport that is not really all that good, all the way up to somebody who's really, really good like yourself, and they all walk away saying that the sport of wrestling is just something special, and it teaches you things for life, and probably taught you a lot about how you trained and you were able to win this 5K 4 times. So talk about the sport and what it means to you.
Yeah. I mean, wrestling is basically, like a lot of people say, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's a whole family thing. My family, we traveled all over the country. Going to national tournaments, getting this, doing really it's an emotional sport, and it makes it who you are today.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, you get some other people that play sports, and they sometimes might walk around with their chest out because they did this or did that. But a lot of time, if you see a good wrestler, you're not even gonna know he ever accomplished anything.
Right.
He's just gonna sit. He'll be the kid in the back of the room that doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Because he knows in his heart, man on man, he's able to do that.
Yeah. Till you poke the bear, and then it gets ugly.
Yeah. Well, it's just it makes because I do landscaping and I do a lot of stuff, and a lot of people say, oh, I'm surprised a kid your age out here digging holes or cutting grass or whatever, but you just think in your head, oh, it's easy compared to running twice a day to make weight or not eating for 3 days.
Right.
So it puts everything in perspective, and then when things get hard, you just got to say you're blessed that you're able to do that. Because some kids aren't even in the position to do it.
Yeah. Well, listen, you've accomplished a ton, and I know you're proud, and you should be. And of this accomplishment 4 times. Winning the 5K, you should be proud of that, and the fact that you're going off to wrestle in college, you get to keep it going.
Yeah.
Are you going to do MMA? Are you gonna? I'm told you're already kind of messing with that a little bit.
I'm kind of dabbling in it a little bit. I had my first fight, a couple months ago, but I actually lost it. But it was first fight experience. I felt as if it was just first fight. I think second fight's going to be a lot different.
Yeah.
So I'll hopefully fight every spring and summer when I come back from college.
Okay. All right.
And then hopefully, who knows, maybe I can make some money off it.
Sure.
But we'll see.
There's money to be made out there.
Yeah. What ended up happening with that?
Well, I remember seeing you lose, and even as a young kid. When did you start wrestling for New Hartford? Were you in 8th or 9th grade?
Well, so I moved here in 7th grade. I was on the team 7th grade.
I thought so.
I was too small to wrestle, though.
Yeah, I think that. But you'd get certain matches. They'd get you matches.
every once in a while.
I seem to remember you coming off the mat. You'd be wrestling like a 9th grader, And I remember one time you lost or something happened or you're injured, and I remember looking at you and you were just, it's like somebody told you couldn't breathe air anymore. You were just so intense. I said, this kid is going to be unbelievable. And look at you. Pretty awesome. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You want to add?
Just a quick question. Congrats, by the way. 15:19, I believe, was your official time. You said, even though you had won it 4 years ago, looking back, you're like, oh, that was kind of stupid the way I was running or the way I was training. What do you mean by that?
Like, it was just, if you take a freshman's mind compared to a senior,
what was different in how you trained?
What was different? Like I said, I mean, it was probably the same intensity level. The intensity was there, but it was probably just more like I wouldn't have a days where in the morning I'd do a sprint workout and the night I would do a long distance workout, or I'd do 2 long distance workout and 2 sprint workout the other day.
So you got smarter.
I got smart. If always it was just just boom, 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 just grinding instead of training a little smarter.
Sure. Okay. Cool.
Watch this kid. Who knows? MMA. Who knows what can happen? Pretty determined mind this guy has. All right, Kelan McKenna, thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
And Kelan McKenna. Sorry about that. I don't want you to punch me. All right, cool. Got a break. Hold tight. We're coming right back at WIBX.